You know, life is full of deceiving illusions. The truth, yo, is how you decide, decipher, and discern for your own. But remember, the elites, the subliminal messaging, the illusion, there is nothing new under the sun. And what we are witnessing today in the world is the beast system agendas being put in play. The optics are high, and that's the truth, yo.
3, 2, 1.
Snafu crew, the optics are high, the optics are high. A free people ought only be armed and disciplined, but they should have significant arms and ammunition to maintain a status of independence from any who might attempt to abuse them, which would include their own government. George Washington. Ladies and gentlemen, the gun control optics are high. Now, it's something that all the elites have been pushing, but now everyone's talking even more about it because the governor from New Mexico has decided to put a 30-day ban on gun holders, legal gun holders. Ladies and gentlemen, the optics are ramping up, and there's reasons why gun control, just like the other beast system agendas, are in play. I'm Snafu Snaps, you guys are Snafu Crew. If you want to help me out, hit the PayPal below or Cash App Snafu Snap 007. But let's take a closer look at the optics of the gun control. Much love.
I'm going to tell you now that the only obstacle to the New World Order coming together at this moment is the right of the American people to keep and bear arms. That is why there is such an effort to take your guns away from you. You see, the intent of the Second Amendment, the second article and amendment to the Constitution, was not so that we could go hunting. It was not to protect the possessions in your home or to protect you from burglars. The intent of our forefathers in establishing the second article and amendment to the Constitution was that as long as every American owned a weapon, whether they ever fired it or not, our government could never oppress us just with the knowledge that we all had that weapon in our closet. That's the reason. That's why every time you see a bill to take weapons away from the American people defeated in Congress, 4 more are introduced immediately. It's a never-ending battle. That's why they lie about the statistics. The truth is, in a town where everybody owns a weapon and everybody knows it, there is almost no crime.
Now, like I said, these optics have been in play for a while. The gun control is a big thing for control. All right. Now, New Mexico, the optics are happening right now. This governor is thinking she could take the First and Second Amendment away. And people will enforce it and people will comply to it. We are being controlled and manipulated to giving up everything that people have died for. But the fact is this is the New World Order beast system optics being put in play.
Yes, all the examples you cited are crimes. Kids shooting at other kids, shooting from cars. So what's the value of the civil order? Why not just do better law enforcement?
Both. The value of the order is that it gives me 3 things. 1, it says it's a statewide issue and it's a message to everyone to start leveraging their resources and arresting people. 2, the jurisdictions come at this, including with the DOJ restrictions, differently, without the leveraging and the additional resources, arresting, and where do they go? We've got to make sure that everyone is bumping up their services. It's a message to the Metropolitan Detention Center. It's a message to the HMOs. You better figure out treatment. We have been sort of stalled out, to your point. This order basically says, stop stalling out, and to your point, just arrest everyone. Well, I also have to have the ability, I can't arrest everyone. There are literally too many people to arrest.
Well,
this would allow us...
If someone got a concealed carry permit in Albuquerque walking down a public street, they're not going to get arrested.
I can make the point that maybe they should be. And this is the point. I'm willing to do anything and everything within a shred of evidence-based effort. Because if you're not horrified that on any street corner in too many cities in New Mexico, there is someone with a gun sticking out of their waist or their belt. And I'll tell you, if you're a young person, you're not allowed to have a handgun.
Well, it's a crime already.
I got it. But we won't be able to arrest all of them. So imagine, just in a perfect world, if this was upheld, it gives all of these police officers the ability to focus on the real criminals.
Last follow-up.
Yeah.
But
your point is valid.
You took an oath to the Constitution. Isn't it unconstitutional to say you cannot exercise your carry license?
With one exception, and that is if there's an emergency, and I've declared an emergency for a temporary amount of time, I can invoke additional powers. No constitutional right, in my view, including my oath, is intended to be absolute. There are restrictions on free speech. There are restrictions on my freedoms. In this emergency, this 11-year-old and all these parents who have lost all these children, they deserve my attention to have the debate about whether or not in an emergency we can create a safer environment. Because what about their constitutional rights? I took an oath to uphold those too. And if we ignore this growing problem without being bold, I've said to every other New Mexican, your rights are subrogated to theirs. And they are not, in my view.
Wait a minute. Okay. You're talking about crimes. There are already laws against the crimes, so how are their rights?
I got it. But again, if I'm unsafe, Who's standing up for that right? If this climate is so out of control, somebody should do something. I'm doing as much as I know to do.
Madam Governor,
Yep.
do you really think that criminals are going to hear this message and not carry a gun in Albuquerque on the streets for 30 days?
No. But here's what I do think. It's a pretty resounding message.
Now, what's funny is Tim Pool and other YouTube influencers are stating what they feel about this. Now, they're POGOs, privately owned, government operated, in place for reasons, I feel. But the fact is this is causing an uproar with so many people that even Elon Musk is getting in on the conversation. The optics are high.
I'm hoping the police just say, here's what needs to happen. We need a statement from the head of state police publicly right now to the press. This is not correct. It will not be enforced. The citizens have a right to keep and bear arms, as regulated, and we will not arrest anyone. I'm sorry. I've seen it happen too many times. We all know.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we do know. People do know what gun control has done around other countries or nations or history. The optics are high, and the propaganda game is in play because a lot of these people eat up with the whole gun control thing, but we do know what happens.
Hitler took the guns. Stalin took the guns. Mao took the guns. Fidel Castro took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms. Doesn't matter how many lemmings you get out there on the street begging for them to have their guns taken. We will not relinquish them. Do you understand?
Were killed. In 1956, Cambodia established gun control and began to disarm its people. Between 1975 and 1977, 1 million Cambodians were killed. You gotta understand this. The enemy is constantly trying to take your weapon away, not to defend you, but so that you cannot defend yourself.
Evil dictators have always disarmed the population to make them defenseless, to make them slaves. Governments know that if they can disarm the people, they'll be defenseless against their tyranny.
Say, what? Is there an attack under the Word of God today? Of course there is. Because if Satan can disarm you from the one thing you've got to hurt him, from the one thing you've got to engage him in battle, if he can disarm you, then it's easy picking.
Said, one person with a gun can control 100 people without one. Now picture this. You're standing there in the bank to cash a check. Somebody walks in and holds up a gun and says, everybody lay on the floor. Everybody lays on the floor. Now, picture this. Every red-blooded, honest, God-fearing American citizen is packing a gun. He's not looking for trouble. He just has a gun, just in case, The guy walks into the bank, pulls out a gun. Everybody lay on the floor. Instantly, 80 guns are pointed at him. No, sir. You lay on the floor. Gun control is not about guns, it's about control. Every dictator has wanted gun control. Lenin wanted it, Stalin wanted it, Hitler wanted it. See, the one who has the gun is in control, and this goes back to the ye shall be as gods. You are the boss. Goes right back to that, folks, okay? Don Boys, good friend of mine, said gun control is not about guns, but control. Don said, you might be a liberal if you don't trust honest Americans with automatic weapons, but you do trust the government with them. You might be a liberal if you think guns are the cause of crime, but you don't think matches are the cause of arson. You might be a liberal if you think death penalty is government-sanctioned killing, but you don't think a prison sentence is government-sanctioned kidnapping. I like this guy's thinking, okay? Our founding fathers gave us the Second Amendment, which says, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. They gave us a Second Amendment so we could protect ourselves in case the government went bad. That's what it's for. Lenin.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, you heard them say right, left, liberal, this and that. No, it has now become elites versus peeps. Both Trump and Biden and all the elites are about taking your guns. Watch the optics. They're in your face. And that's the truth, yo. Ladies and gentlemen, now remember, the governor of New Mexico and all these gun regulations, I remember in Colorado, they were trying to regulate actual ammo, like trying to register you to even buy ammunition, 22 shells, and other things like that. But here's the deal. The elites versus the peeps. Trump, Biden, they're both on Vax Your Ass, right? Operation Vax Your Ass, Warp Speed. The fact is these are puppets, elites. They know what's going on. But as far as gun control and the optics we're witnessing of them destroying our rights that we're supposed to have, First, Second Amendments, even Trump is about taking your guns. Don't you guys remember? Let's go back down memory lane.
Him and many in the room off guard by seeming to dismiss due process.
I like taking the guns early, so you could do exactly what you're saying, but I like taking the guns early, so you could. I like taking the guns early. I like taking the guns early, so I like taking the guns early, so you could do exactly what you're saying, but take the guns first, go through due process second.
President Trump also reiterated his support for raising the age limit to purchase some weapons.
It doesn't make. You could do exactly what you're saying, but take the guns first. You could do exactly what you're saying, but take the guns first, go through due process second.
President Trump also reiterated his support for...
Ladies and gentlemen, we're witnessing them completely foreign and domestic in so many ways, ladies and gentlemen. But again, our constitutional rights, First and Second Amendment, they're all talking about it. Trump, Biden, all the elites. And now we have governors in New Mexico who are implementing these policy guideline laws that completely go against our rights. That, you know, again, these are optics. And again, think of the bills and the things that they're passing behind everyone's back, you know, without them fully knowing. Ladies and gentlemen, the gun control agenda, just like everything else, is truly in play. The beast system optics are in play. We the peeps versus the elites. And that's the truth, yo.
I like taking the guns early. So
now, ladies and gentlemen, we got mayors and presidents and the elites versus the peeps trying to disarm the nation and the world, right? But what's funny is people are eating this shit up and they're on the bandwagon. The propaganda game is working.
But your point is valid.
You took an oath to the Constitution. Isn't it unconstitutional to say you cannot exercise your carry license?
With one exception, and that is if there's an emergency and I've declared an emergency for a temporary amount of time, I can invoke additional powers. No constitutional right, in my view, including my oath, is intended to be absolute.
There are restrictions on free speech. There are restrictions on my freedoms. In this emergency,
who's standing up for that right? If this climate is so out of control, somebody should do something. I'm doing as much as I know to do.
Madam Governor, do you really think that criminals are going to hear this message and not carry a gun in Albuquerque on the streets for 30 days?
No. But here's what I do think. It's a pretty resounding message.
Here's the reality of America right now. My generation, Gen Z, is traumatized by gun violence. Traumatized. I don't know a single person in my generation who hasn't made escape plans for when they enter certain rooms, whether it be a school, a church, a mall, whatever. We have to think about, how do I get out of here just in case there's a mass shooting? And if you're part of Gen Z, you know this thought all too well. And if you're a parent, ask your kids. They will say the exact same thing. We have to consider, am I next? Will I be the next person added to the list of unnecessary gun deaths in this country? It's insane. And look, the frustrating thing is, we can do something about this. We can solve this issue. We don't have to sit and watch these tragedies happen every single day in America. Gun control has worked all over the world. So we have Democrats in Congress saying, hey, why don't we pass some common sense gun reform like red flag laws, expanded background checks, raising the age to purchase guns like AR-15s. And we have Republicans saying, sorry, no, can't do that. We like our guns more than kids' lives. It's insane. Let's stop watching these things happen and let's actually elect people who will do something about it. Get out there in 2024, man.
You will never win against the right to have that.
You don't want to listen to me.
I do. I have been listening all summer. I have been listening all summer.
I think this gentleman needs to hear.
Yes, there was. Yes, what?
Why? Because she was transgender? That would have stopped.
She doesn't have to hear with it. She had a high-capacity rifle, and she killed our children in seconds. No? Yes, she did.
She bought all of those things legally.
And then she hunted my daughter.
Who are you here with? I just came by myself because I think somebody else needed to have the other side. Yeah, folks.
What do you think you would have seen?
I need him
Sure.
available.
Want to stop drunk drivers from killing sober drivers? Ban sober drivers. That's how gun control works.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the optics are high, and, well, you see what they're trying to do. They're taking our rights away, first and second, and the right to defend yourself against foreign and domestic. But you know what? America! Fuck yeah. I'm all for it, man. Because we the peeps versus the elites have rights that they are truly trying to take away.
America, America. Fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah, America! Fuck yeah! Freedom is the only way, yeah! Terrorists, your game is through, 'cause now you have to answer to America! Fuck yeah! So lick my butt and suck on my balls, America!
Well, tell me you've never used a firearm without telling me you've never used a firearm and that you've never used a rifle, because booyah, instantly you become a one-eyed Willie. Let's take a look at a savage-ass replay. You know the guy filming knew this was going to happen. He's like, go ahead, do your thing, brah. And then all of a sudden, booyah, takes big load to the freaking eyeball. His operating system shuts down, and this man needs, you guessed it, a MyPillow. Well, whatever this is, it's an awkward moment for sure. It's like watching Dirty Dancing with your parents at the movie theaters, but then shit goes wrong immediately, and everybody loses their shit. Like this guy loses his head, almost gets his freaking head shot off. What the hell, man? Whatever happened to having your homies back? First of all, who the hell let this happen in the first place? Who the hell's filming? Who the hell are the officials that are allowing this? This guy nearly gets his freaking dome piece blown off. This ain't Fortnite, man. This is real life, okay? Almost blows his buddy's egg roll off. Oh my God, and proceeds to fire like nothing happened. Let's take a quick look at the replay. Hamid Tifa loses control with the AK-47, nearly blasts his partner's egg roll off, almost killing future generations of idiots. Too bad he didn't shoot his own egg roll. Idiots. Well, tell me you've never fired a shotgun before without telling me you've never fired a shotgun before. Oh my God, chitty chitty bang bang to the dome. Lights out. Walks up like he's in slow motion from some Denzel Washington movie, like some explosion in the background, and then sets up the shot and booyah. Ban idiots, not guns. No trigger discipline whatsoever. Oh, that's it. Here comes Mom! And Mom's coming in! Oh my God! He will never be seen again as he gets thrown into the depths of hell by his mother. You can see right here. Kyle's trigger discipline is shit, and it doesn't help him flinging his hand around as if his wrists are broken. Acting like Eminem, it's more like Feminem here tonight.
Hey, lady, yo, bite, don't come to bite. Hey, no. Don't go, the window. Don't let Oh boy,
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Snafu Snaps. You guys are the Snafu crew, the glue, each and every one of you. The optics are high, and that's the truth, yo. Again, if you want to help me out, help support me from bottom of my heart, thank you. Hit the PayPal below in the description, or Cash App Snafu Snap 007. Remember, guys, the optics are high and we'll ramp up. We the peeps for the elites is a real thing. The beast system, the world stage, the new world order, the great reset. We are witnessing the agendas being put in play. Proverbs 3:5 says, trust the Lord with all your heart, lean not on your understanding. But even if you're not religious, just remember, the optics are there to see. I'm Snafu Snaps, you guys are the crew. Much love.